Peace, diehards. Welcome to another episode of the Knicks podcast. It's your boy, E. Any Star. Where am I at? Right there. Yeah, man. Of course, I got to start talking about these Knicks, man. These new Knicks, the new kids in the garden, man. This is my first time talking about the end of this preseason, and just got to get right into it, man. You know how I do it, the Knicks podcast. Let's just get right into it. So of course we got the star of the show. That's Immanuel Quickley, man. He had like a great game. You know, everyone's talking about him, man. But let's just hear what he had to say out of his own mouth.
With how quick the changeover has been since the draft and all that, have you gotten to see New York at all? Like, have you gotten adjusted to the area, or has it just been Westchester Gym and back for you?
Um, Kind of been more of basketball. I mean, even with COVID, there's not really a lot to do. So my pre-draft was in Manhattan and Chelsea. So I kind of was around there, but I really don't do anything outside of basketball anyway. Besides just chill with my family, play video games, read, and focus on my spiritual life. So outside of basketball, I really don't do anything anyway. So Westchester is pretty cool.
Yo, if that doesn't get your juices flowing for this kid, I don't know what does, man. So I mean, of course, highlights. People have seen it many times, so I'm gonna get into it, man. So I have a couple things queued, but I'm just gonna keep it simple and just use Twitter, man. So yeah, man. Start from the first thing I want to say about Quickly. You heard it from the video. He's just a young guy that's just into basketball. He's into his family. He did admit that he was in Chelsea and he got a chance to walk around, do his thing and stuff like that. But he's a basketball guy. So he's just focused on basketball, and he keeps talking about his spiritual life. His family's really into the church. If you follow any of the different shows that he's been on, interviews and stuff, he talked about that, and you can see his family. Everyone's real tight knit and stuff. So this is the type of guy that we got. We got diehards. This is a diehard Knicks podcast. There's a lot of diehard Knicks fans out there. So when you hear about basketball players talking about the sport, you just want them to talk about the sport. While I'm here, I just want to say another thing too. We're like star hunting. A lot of Knicks fans just want to get a star. We can't sign anybody. Can't sign this guy. Look at all the stars that's in the NBA right now. There's very few and far between that you hear that you don't hear like bad stories about them. Just their attitudes. Like Kyrie Irving's the number one with him burning sage and all these little quirky different things that he does. He had like an outburst. Talking about the media when the media didn't even ask him a question. He just came out with the stuff, and then they try to flip it like, oh, look, see, there you go again. It's just like the drama that they create, and it has nothing to do with basketball. So it's just a pleasant surprise to get a kid this way. Then, of course, he's talking about his faith and things of that nature too. So these are things I want to hear. You might not be religious or whatever, so religion has nothing to do with it. Just the simple fact that this is a guy that's completely focused on basketball. And it shows, man. So we'll just get right into it, man. Start showing this Twitter stuff. So this is the schedule, man. Our first game is going to be against Indiana. It's going to be a tough game. Indiana has good big men. We're going to be tested inside. Philly, I'm not really scared about what's going on with Philly, but Philly and Indiana are basically the same kind of team. They're strong inside, and then they have a couple veteran guys too that can score, whatever. So we'll get tested early, and then of course that December 27th matchup. Are they all at home though? The first game is away, and the next two are at home. It doesn't really matter because there's no fans in the arena. But I mean, we're gonna get tested these first three games, and judging by the way the preseason went, how everyone progressively gotten better. For one person I want to highlight is Mitchell Robinson. Mitchell Robinson, his first couple games in preseason, I was already crowning Noel as a starter. So that's another thing I want to mention too while I'm here is that a lot of people you just got to get just got to like temper your thought process and stuff because it's just preseason. Guys are just trying stuff out. Guys are out of shape. Guys are just trying to shake the butterflies or whatever. They're trying different things out. So this is a time for experimenting. So there's another thing with Quickley too. I know he played well, but we can't really get too high for the guy because judging by the preseason, we want him to start. But once NBA teams get the scouting report and this and the other, he's gonna have his bumps and bruises, whatever. So I know a lot of you just want to have him out there. You don't really care about none of that shit. You don't care about what I gotta say about that. But it's all you gotta take things in with the grain of salt is what they say, or just in stages, man. Just understand that we're in the beginning of the season, pandemic, a lot of stuff is going on. A lot of people that are haven't had a chance to train properly. and stuff. So guys are getting into the mix, man. But let's get into this, man. I'm just gonna scroll through. This video right here is important. Simple play, but just the reaction. You get the reaction from RJ. Quickly is there, and just Mitchell's reaction. Focus, man. He doesn't want to. He didn't even want to really engage in that whole yelling shit. It's just that he made the play. He's focused on what he's trying to do. The celebrating is something different. And another thing I want to point out too is that of course he's frustrated because I believe he got called for a foul there. But the whole point with Mitchell Robinson is that in the past, Mitchell Robinson would totally throw his arms down, shoulders would be slumped, and he would be looking down. So this time he kind of he did make a reaction as you should, but his whole body language, including his facial expressions and stuff like that, is totally different than what we experienced with him the last 2 years in the NBA. So that's dope, man. And I just like the camaraderie. Just just immediately meet the guy, even quickly with his lightheartedness and stuff. I'll talk more about that in a few. But this is just like a new team, man. It's definitely Thibodeau. Everyone's like this. I made the comparison before. 5 fingers on a hand, right? It becomes stronger when you put them together into a fist. So we're starting to get that fist tight within these young guys, man. So I know a lot of people are excited about that. Continue to scroll because I really want to get into the let's show this. Just the simple fact that these guys are making quick reads and stuff. Like quickly let that shot fly. That's something that we had in the past that guys were just hesitant because guys can't shoot or anything like that. But it's just more quickly, man. People are making crisper passes. And Quickly did mention that also that they've been practicing that. Make sure they just give up the ball much more quicker, make quicker reads and stuff. Like this play here, that cut that Knox made to get free, and also too if I can't really rewind it. Can I rewind it? Let's rewind it. Make sure we turn this sound off. But just Obi Toppin, he was over here in the mix. He was in the bottom of your screen of this play. I'm doing all this manually, guys. So here he goes. He actually ball handled here. He came in, passed it out to Knox. Look at him in this area. And then he stays active to give himself a lane to pass. And Knox made a really nice tight drive to the basket. Nice decisive. He didn't have to think about it. Bam, one step dribble. I love that, man. That's basketball, man. Look, it's just beautiful. You want guys to be court aware. You want guys to make moves. You don't want them to be hesitant in the stuff that they do. This floater that Immanuel shows is elite. How many times have we seen that throughout our watching the Knicks? I guess the last person I might have saw might have been what's the name, Mr. Fats, the guy that was the point guard for the Knicks when Melo was here. I just like the decisiveness, man. As soon as they make the pass, they're making the play hard. Obi Toppin's cutting hard. You gotta give guys you gotta hit the lane hard to give guys a chance to give you a read. And also too, I feel like we're going downhill every single time. Defense is creating offense. Everyone's moving together too, in sequence. So every time one guy moves to the corner, everybody's got their eyes on the corner. The eyes are on the ball, and things are just beautiful to look at, man. A couple things here. You see D Nice here with the Knicks jersey. These are things that you wouldn't see before, man. Guys are ready. Celebrities are ready. Us casual fans are ready. We just we're ready for what's gonna happen next, man. This is Knox's highlights. So just watch Knox here. It's just simple, just catch and shoot. What's different is that the Knicks are running plays and they're making quicker decisions, and Knox reacts better when the play is going hard because that's how he practices. He practices this way. And in his little shooting drills and stuff like that. So if Knox can receive the ball in such a way, that he receives it in practice, then he's going to make those shots every single time. It's when Knox has to think, and when that ball is not coming to him fast enough, that's when he starts missing shots because he has enough time in his head to think. Right now, you give him the ball, he can make a read. He's open. He already knows as soon as that ball is coming that he's going to shoot that. Let's watch this play here. See, in the corner, there's a nice pass by Obi. But Knox already knew that ball was coming to him, so he was ready to shoot it. So that confidence is coming. He already got in his mind. As soon as I get this ball, I'm going to shoot it. Watch Knox again. This is a defensive play. As you can see, everybody's moving as a hand. Everybody's right on top of each other. So just watch how this ball swings. Knox already knows he's going to shoot it. He knew he was going to shoot that ball as soon as the play started developing. So that's the difference. It's not just about moving the ball side to side and then he catches the ball and then shoots it. He's probably going to miss those. But like I said, he's catching these shots in stride. He's like I said, before he receives the ball, he already knows that he's going to shoot it. So yeah, man, it's great, man. Like that as that play was developing, he could see it coming, and he knows that the guys are going to make the right pass, and that's what's there too. They're practicing that. You know what I'm saying? So as soon as the ball comes to him, you just got to be ready to hit certain shots, and that's what Knox is doing, and that's Knox in a nutshell. I know guys like to talk up his play too much, like like a lot of other people that are like they're just all about playing the kids and just letting them play whatever. The whole reason why that Knox hasn't been playing well this whole time is because he's confused out there. He looks confused, and you can't fake it. You can't fake the fact that he's confused. But like I said, just the manner in which that we're playing. Of course, it's coaching, and of course, it's the quality of players around. Like Quickley, man. Quickley is a guy that's going to give the ball up, because he's not worried about pounding the ball into the ground, or he's not worried about setting up a certain play. He's just playing basketball, hitting open man, and that's all accredited to not necessarily to Thibodeau, but just the simple fact that we drafted a player that has that mindset to do so. So that all benefits Knox, because Knox is not trying to think. Knox is just trying to run through his basketball drills. While I got this guy on the screen here, this is Julius Randle, of course. 14 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. Excuse me. This is what he does anyway. But everyone is still complaining about Randle, but Randle's a good player, man. Say what you want to say about him. He's a good player. He's going to score inside. He's going to get his points. He's going to get his rebounds. As you can see with the passing, he's been passing the ball, 3 assists a game, for like the last few years of his career. So he passes the ball. He hands the ball, gets out on the break and stuff like that. The problem with Randle is that he doesn't recognize when to press and when not to. He has to trust his teammates, trust the coaching a little bit better. That's something that he needs to develop, and he'll probably get more better at it because we're not playing with Fizdale. Fizdale wanted him to be LeBron James, and with Thibodeau, it's not necessarily for him to be a facilitator, because he definitely is a facilitator. You want to use that aspect of his game, but the thing about Randle, he just has to understand that you can't spin into 5 players, man. And you can't spin the opposite way into the double team. You have to recognize that the double team is coming, and you just got to play basketball. I just think with him, he still got that kind of like mellow mentality where he's the one, I'm the man. I need to do something. He really doesn't. He just needs to just get with the program and just trust what Tom Thibodeau's trying to do, and let that ball go, man. Let that ball go. The ball, if everyone runs the offense, the ball's gonna come back to him. And that's what's been happening with the offense, and that's why everybody's been getting their looks and stuff. Now this is RJ Barrett. Let's watch this. The thing with RJ Barrett is like you don't really have to look at the highlights. RJ Barrett is just doing exactly what he's been doing. It's just now that he's definitely getting more comfortable, and just look at this, man. People just say that he's just a shooting guard. Look how strong this guy is, man. Guys around him are intimidated by his presence. See, look, nobody's like trying to get in there to stop RJ because he's too strong. They ain't trying to get that shoulder in the chest. Basketball, that's another thing too with RJ. What makes this thing work is that all these players are basically the same. RJ's not trying to pound that ball into the ground. He's trying to make that move and make a play. So that fits into what Knox is trying to do. That fits in what Immanuel Quickley seems to be about, and also Mitchell Robinson too. Mitchell Robinson, even though he might be limited or whatever, he's definitely a rim runner, and he's just trying to do that. He's not trying to do nothing extra. You know what I'm saying? So that just fits into the whole dynamic. So it's just fun to watch RJ, man. RJ's a good player. Guys are triple teaming him, and it's like everybody's afraid to touch him because he's strong. Look at that. Nobody wants that shoulder. Ain't nobody trying to get that shoulder. But just for him, he's not doing anything special. Not doing any of those ghost dribbles and fake stuff, all that crazy dribble stuff that everybody does. It's just simple stuff. That's become his bread and butter. That little scoop shot that he does, you can't really stop it. And he did it real methodical. And this is what he is, man. He's gonna get his points. 17, 5, and 2 in the preseason. And for me, it looked like he was kind of fooling around, just kind of like getting a sweat. So when the regular season starts and that fourth quarter happens and when we're going to be trying to win games, that's going to be something that I'm going to be looking forward to. Down there we're looking at it. Here's this guy. This is Gerald Harper. Gerald Harper played better point guard than DSJ has played in his entire Knicks career, man. So I mean, I don't know what that says about our players, DSJ and Frank. I'm not considering a point guard at this point, man. Frank is just a utility guy. He could play point, but right now the way that he's played, also that those first two games, especially that first game, he had a great game, man. And it has nothing to do with fancy dribbling, like I said, fancy moves and stuff like that. Just running the offense. We all know Frank is not trying to shoot it. Frank is just trying to move the ball. He's just trying to make the right basketball play. So the scheme that we're trying to do seems very old school, man. We're just trying to hit the open man, move the ball, get the ball, move it. There's no pounding, run the play, and just make something happen. And that like I said, it fits every single player that we have, except say like a guy like DSJ. And like I said, Randall's a good player. He'll get there. That's gonna take time. So the first couple games we might get really pissed off at him. But if we don't trade him, whatever, this is the guy that we have, man. Because it doesn't look like Obi Toppin is completely ready right now. Obi Toppin's got to get used to the speed of this game. So we'll see what happens before that trade deadline. But we'll see, man. But Gerald Harper, I was very surprised how good he was, because it's not necessarily just stats that he had. It's about the team concept, getting rid of the ball, moving the ball, getting into a spot. Being aware of what you're supposed to be doing. So him as a point guard, he's very aware, what he's doing. And he's very comparable to Quickley, but Quickley is he got that floater, and whatever. And but Harper is a shooter. He made one jump shot and the foul, so he had like a 4-point play. So that was good. But he's not trying to do any floaters or anything like that. He's very steady, and he's trying to get all the way to the cup. So I like the way he played, man. So I would like to see more of him. But like I said, we have like a logjam at point guard, man. Alfred and DSJ. We got to figure out what we're gonna do there. So this is highlighting their defense and stuff. So we'll check this out. So I mean, the thing with the defense, I just want you to look at the five finger on the hand thing. See how everybody's engaged? Everybody's engaged in the play, converging. As soon as they get the ball, guys are running up the court because they already know. Here goes, everybody's head is on the ball. Mitchell converges, but look at Randall and RJ's right there. Inbounds pass, it got tipped, Quickly's out already. This is what Tom Thibodeau wants to do. Fill in the passing lanes, everybody's out. Try to get a quick basket. We haven't had quick baskets for like the last couple of years, man. Especially last year. Last year we was getting killed transition wise, man. We didn't get any easy baskets. So this year we're gonna definitely push the pace and try to get some open shots. See, the thing with just going baseline there, Knox let him go baseline, but it's more like it was like deliberate. It was like by design. It's not because he got beat. Turn the sound off. You see how he just rolled him on the hip just to get him to Mitch. So Mitch closed him out, and then Harper was able to make the steal. Same thing. Everybody's got their eyes on the ball. Who was that? 21. That's Mr. Pinson, I believe. Pinson had a good game. Look at him hawking the ball there. So that's the thing too. I got the feeling, I got the impression that all of our players are on the same page. All of our players, they know what we're trying to do. Was that Pinson again? Yeah, Pinson had a good game, man. I was clowning him, because he's like this G League All-Star or whatever. I was clowning his game, whatever, but he got some game. As you can see, he's just very disruptive. The last couple plays, it was all Theo Pinson right there. He can dribble, pass the ball. So he's more than just a towel waver. So that's great to see. But that defense is definitely going to be a fixture in this new Knicks. So this is more highlights here. Let's just check it out. This is what Randall does, man. Randall's going to be good with the mid range. He's strong. He's going to dominate a lot of games. He's going to get his little 30-point games every once in a while. So you're going to have to deal with that. It's just his decision making. He has to just understand that he's too top heavy, and he can't be playing around with guys, with that dribble. Let's rewind this a little bit. Look at Mitchell Robinson. He actually loses the ball, but uses his forward momentum to get up there and dunk that basketball. So that was dope. Check the replay. Nice pass by RJ, but it was kind of bopped. But look, he just catch. He doesn't even have control of the ball, but he still has the frame of mind to get it up there to dunk. So that's what Mitch Robinson does. That's that quickly steal. Randall leading the break. See right there how the guys converge on him. The scouting report with Randall is just get in his way. He's gonna fuck up. They want you to they want him to stumble on his own feet. So he just has to make a better read, man. That extra dribble. Sometimes you might need to just hold it for a second. Keep your dribble, but just hold it. That way you can make yourself more available to make a pass. Yeah, just the spacing. Everyone's aware of where everyone's supposed to be. That was Iggy Brazikas. Simple stuff. Guys know where they're supposed to be. So everything is by design, not just by chance. This is Gerald Harper up top here. You can see the action down low. A lot of moving. I love that curl play. A lot of action in the middle for a decoy, and then come around the nice little screen. Shut up the middle. That's easy baskets right there. That's stuff that we didn't really do, at all the last few years. He goes Gerald Harper, as I was saying, he's not really trying to do no teardrops. He's just trying to finish strong at the rim. So that's good stuff, man. It's just great to talk about basketball. Look at this. Just the energy, the excitement. These guys are smiling, and I've been watching a few podcasts this week because I haven't really had a chance to sit down to do my own. But just to speak on just the temperature that I'm getting from most fans out there, everybody's fucking angry. What is wrong with you guys, man? This is supposed to be like a leisure thing. This is supposed to be something that we do in our spare time. And you guys are so fucking angry all the damn time. You want to nitpick about the way a guy's shooting, and you still want to talk about fantasy shit. You still want to talk about shit that's not real. You want to talk about what you think might happen or what happened in the past. Are you enjoying what the fuck is happening right in front of your damn face? I just went through the whole all those highlights and stuff like that. I'm quite sure you've seen the game millions of times or whatever. And like I said, some of these guys, some of these shows are like, way too long, and if you come in for the first hour and go in and for the last hour, they're still arguing the same points. Even on Twitter, guys, just now I was fooling around with the guys on Twitter, and they were arguing about whether or not they were talking about Elfrid and Randall. So it's like Elfrid and Randall is something to be talked about right now. There's like bigger stuff to be talked about. The main thing is what we're seeing on this offensive end and the defensive end with the Thibodeau Knicks. It's an entirely different thing going on here. And like if you're wasting your time on mystical shit that's not real, then you're gonna miss the whole ride, man. You're gonna miss the whole ride. So that's my whole point with this whole podcast, man. Is that it's not necessarily about me getting my thoughts and my points out about what's happening. It's just to kind of get to rally the troops. The troops meaning my fellow Knicks fans, man. So like, yo, man, we gotta have some fun, man. You see that window back there? I know people looking at it's kind of weird. It just is there as a reminder that no matter what's going on, whatever, as long as you can look over there and you can see that beach, you can see that blue water, that beautiful sky. Just be reminded that there are places out there, and that place can be your mindset. Your mindset could change to make your whole mood change, man. Your whole life could change just by a positive thought, man. So just all this ragging on each other and all this negativity when it was surrounding the Knicks in a time where there's nothing negative to even talk about. We don't have any scandals or anything going on. Dolan's not in the mix, so but people still talking about Dolan too, which I just don't get. Like, it's all imaginary, man. So enjoy what's happening on the court, because right now it's amazing, man. Raymond Felton was the name that I was trying to get earlier when I was talking about the fat point guard with Melo. Felton used to do a little floater, that type of thing. So we finally got a guy that can finally do that for us, man. So anyway, I'm gonna give you my opinion for about Quickley again. One last thing before I start shouting out these comments on YouTube is that Quickley, right, if I could say anything about him, man, it's leadership. So right off the bat, after every single break and play, he's coming over to somebody and speaking to them. Now this is not a veteran. This is a guy that never played an NBA game in his life. This is his first chance playing. He didn't play the first couple games in preseason. He played a little bit, I believe, in the third game, if I'm not mistaken, and he played most of the a big portion of that fourth game. But he was like a leader. After every play, he was pointing to. I remember he had a discussion with Randall, and Randall's kind of looking at him like, "What the fuck?" And he's like telling me, "Yeah, because blah 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 blah." You can see that he's trying to explain to him the situation, and Randall's like, "Yeah, all right." You know what I'm saying? But that "yeah, all right," as time goes on, is going to become, the law, because the point guard is supposed to be the extension of the coach, and it's not necessarily like that. Like say like the coach is teaching the point guard what to do. It's just a conversation. The point guard knows how to play. The coach is supposed to get the players in position for them to succeed. So everyone should be on the same page off the rip. This is not like we've been so traumatized throughout the years of all these different bad things that's happened to us with coaching and stuff like that. That we're just still talking about. We're talking about now, but we're still focused on the past. Right now this is the whole different thing, man. And everything that I'm seeing from Quickley is just amazing. And it's not about his jump shot. It's not about the floater. It's about the manner in which he handles his business, and that is being a point guard, a leader on the floor, and it's amazing to see, man. I'm just excited. Like I said, if you're gonna be complaining about dumb shit all day long, and not mention these little things about the forward progress of what's happening with these Knicks right now, I don't really know what to tell you, man. So I'm just gonna shout out whoever's here, man, because I appreciate everyone that pops up in these YouTube streams, man. So we got Chester, Chet, Nick Nason. I mean, come on, man, you're killing me. It's too late at night, man, for these long names, man. So I mean, I just want to shout you guys out, put you guys up here. Yeah, coaching matters, bro. Hinton Murphy's here. Glad the Knicks didn't do any. Yo, that's another thing too. I'll talk about that in a second, man. The payback is here. Knox is going to be good with good coaching. Yeah, I mentioned that, man. It's not necessarily about coaching, but coaching is definitely a big part of it. But it's about execution, leadership on the floor. Everybody seems to be on the same page. Of course, that's coaching, but the players themselves have to be willing to buy in. And from what I've seen, they definitely have been buying in, man. So like I said, I wanna keep this in mind too. This the contract stuff. But we're just gonna keep here. Chester Nick is still here. Thank you, man, for tuning in. It's the first time I've seen your name, man. So thank you for tuning in. Randall's nice if he plays with yeah, man. That's what it's all about. It's all about the system. We got my man Pukim is here. RJ's the future, definitely, man. We got Kings. Was that Kings of Queens? Spelled all goofy. I appreciate you guys for showing up, man. So DSG should go to Westchester. At this point, man, this guy is like what is in his fourth season. If you can't play now, then you just can't play. I feel like that in the way that DSJ has played this preseason, that should be the last we see of him. We shouldn't even see him in the beginning of the season. Now I'm quite sure he's probably going to get played, because you can't completely annihilate a guy like that. A guy like Quickley's just gotten here, so if Quickley doesn't get playing time right off the bat, don't crucify Tibbs. Tibbs has got to manage this roster, man. So you got to be very careful, because you don't want guys to be bitching and stuff like that and start infiltrating the base of this team, man. So you got to give guys the benefit of the doubt. I know you want to show improvement in practice, show improvement in the games too, man. So that's going to come into account. But we'll see how that goes, man. Yeah, I appreciate you, man. Like I said, I appreciate you guys for tuning in. We got Edward Walker. I've never seen his name before. IQ is full of confidence. Yeah, man, he's happy. He's playing happy. So I mean, if our players are playing happy, why are our Knicks fans so pissed and disgruntled? I just don't get it. We got Allah Wise, peace, my brother. Drugs Only. Hey, Drugs Only. What's up, man? Shout out to Drugs Only, man. He got a album called Knicks Tape coming out. What he said, Thursday. So shout out to you, man. It's all love with Knicks fans, man. Bro, people are still in their feelings. People still mention people are still talking about that shit, man. So I have conversations like that at work all the time. So because I'm always at work, because I got a fucking family to support. But everybody knows that I got this podcast. They know that I'm Mr. Nick. Half the time I don't even say nothing when I hear guys talking, because they're not on my level when it comes to Knicks fandom and stuff. But they'll try to bait me into conversations. Next thing you know, we're talking about Kiki Vandeweghe. I mean, like, Jesus Christ, man. Kiki Vandeweghe, there's Knicks fans that are old enough that don't even remember, they don't even remember like what happened before Melo. So why are we talking about stuff that happened like when they were a twinkle in their father's eye. You know what I'm saying? You know, time passes, man. People are still stuck in the 90s. People are still stuck in the 80s, and people are still stuck in the 90s. It's true. I'm guilty of it as well. But it is what it is, man. So anyway, yeah, I already shouted it out, man. So yo, I got you. Knicks tape dropping Thursday, man. So I already put it out there. Yeah, I got you, man. But yo, let's talk about what my man was saying here. This Chester, was it Chester? Let me scroll up here. Oh, no, it was Hinton Murphy. I'm glad the Knicks didn't do these contracts, man. So I mean, like, I'm not sure exactly, but I know DSJ, Frank, these guys have similar contracts, whatever. So I know they might be like up for like renewals or whatever. So I mean, like, it would be it's not just about the Knicks, like just the league wide, right? Like teams that are not good. Why are you investing all this money in these players? Like what's the guy, Jonathan Isaac on Orlando? What is Orlando doing? You know, what is Orlando doing? Orlando does already got Gordon. What's the name? The Gordon guy, the dunk contest dude. They got a couple other guys on the team too. But what is the purpose of giving Isaac, Jonathan Isaac, what is it? How much did he get? 4 years or 5 years at $20 million each year? Like, what are you doing? Are you trying to win? Or you just trying to make sure that you lock up guys, or make sure that their families are good? Like, when does it come to the point where you're trying to get better or trying to be a responsible basketball club? The Knicks have $20 million just in the stash because we didn't spend it. You get what I'm saying? Do you see the difference between what is a good franchise and what is a bad franchise? The Knicks are a good franchise right now. We got Knicks fans that still complaining that we didn't spend that money. A couple of beat writers was out there trying to stir some shit up. So, the Knicks didn't. What's the purpose of getting all this money if we ain't going to spend it? Being responsible, because what's the alternative? Signing Jonathan Isaacs to a 5-year, $20 million a year contract? Like, what's wrong with people, man? The Clippers, they just came off of a playoffs where Paul Pierce disappeared. They were calling him. I forgot what they were calling Paul Pierce, but I said Paul Pierce. Paul George. I'm sorry. Paul George. They were dissing him about the way that he was playing. And then what did they do? Instead of just holding off on the extension, they gave him a big ass extension. It doesn't make any sense. How are you getting better? How did you make your team better to beat LA? You didn't. All you did was patch it up to basically put cement around what was already there before. Some guys left and they just said, "Oh, let's grab this guy to fill that spot." They didn't try to get better at all. They went inside Reggie Jackson back again. Why? So why did you do that? It doesn't make any sense what's going on with these NBA teams. And I can go down the line, man. Go down the line to all these different teams. Sacramento has like an expensive backcourt. They ain't winning shit over there. Like, are you going to give these guys? Are you going to give Fox, the one is the top of the totem pole? Are you going to give him, pieces to pass to? What's the point of having a point guard spend all that money and then don't give him nothing to pass to? And it's not like you're winning. It's not like you're winning. So how are you guys getting better? I just don't understand. So I mean, like I said, people want to make fun of the Knicks. Oh, they signed all these guys these 1-year contracts. Oh, you think Austin Rivers going to do something for you? You think none of them going to do something for you? Well, shout out to Rudy Gobert. Rudy Gobert just got a $40 million a year contract. So like I said, I've been listening to podcasts, whatever, man. So rim runners and stuff like that. Okay, that's all fine and dandy, but what Gobert it gives you, especially his the way that he's performed in the playoffs, what he gives you is not $40 million a year production. You know what I'm saying? Look at Mitchell Robinson. Is Mitchell Robinson a $40 million a year player? If you want to compare the two players, they're very similar. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, a player that does what he does. Like let's not even say that. If you're making $41 million a year, we should be able to give you the ball and say, listen, win this game for us. And if you're gonna be a rim runner, defender, and this, that, and the other, you need to be fucking dominant. You know what I'm saying? You need to be fucking dominant. And a lot of times Gobert is not dominant. Regular season aside, sometimes he's really good in the regular season. But even if he's good in the regular season, he's only giving you 15, 13, whatever. That's Andre Drummond. I mean, Andre Drummond does that. But now Andre Drummond is trying to add other things to his game too. Just go down the line, man. I don't believe anybody like that in this NBA is worth $41 million if he can't give you the ball to tell you to hold us down by yourself. You should be able to hold it down by yourself if you're making $41 million. You shouldn't be dependent on just strictly alley-oops, you know? I just don't get it. But it is what it is, man. I just want to go now because I see other people talking here. Let's shout this guy out. Il Matrix, what's up, man? Thanks for everyone for tuning in, man. Like I said, this is kind of late. It's a little bit later than I would like to be on, but things happen, man. Sometimes I can't be as consistent as I would like to be, but I'm gonna try to keep a schedule, and I'm working on that now. And we'll see what happens. But everyone knows that I'm affiliated with Nothing But Knicks Crew, and we have a bunch of different things that we're trying to work out. So look out for that. I'm gonna be collabing with a lot of those guys. And we're just gonna try to piece things together to get you guys to bounce off of what we're doing and stuff. So that's all fun stuff, man. So I'm gonna try to be more consistent so you guys can look out for me whenever I pop up here. Yeah, that was Pandemic P. Otherwise, hey man, shout out to you guys, man. Thank you for hanging out, man. I'm gonna end this, man, because I gotta go pick up my laundry. Yeah, man. I'm a real person, man. I got stuff to do. I'm a hard worker. Outside this podcast, man. I got a family. And like I said, I got laundry to pick up, man. So anyway, it's E with any star. 4 fingers to the forehead, tucking your thumb, salute. And I see you guys on the next one, man. So peace.